Hi guys! Welcome back. I'm cutting off my head for some reason, but I want you to see this. This is what we're focusing on. What is it, you ask, other than a gunny sack? It's corn. No, I did not grow this in my garden this year. I didn't even plant corn. There's a guy fairly close, 15-20 miles, that my grandma buys corn from when I don't plant corn. And I just went ahead and I bought 4 dozen ears from him, so I need to go ahead and get that processed. That's what we're gonna do right now. This is how it comes. I'm gonna process this 2 ways. I am going to leave some of them like this because we are going to my aunt's house here very shortly, but we are going to keep them in the stock, and so I'll show you how to do that. You can then freeze them, you know, for a short time, or probably 6 months to a year, maybe a little. You can sometimes get a little longer. Otherwise, the rest of it we are going to take out of the husks like this, and then we are going to take them in the house, cut them off the cob, and we're going to process them and freeze them for later use. So let's get started. I have 4 dozen. Like I said, I'm saving a dozen to take to my aunt's house, and then 3 dozen for the freezer. I'm gonna set these aside. We're still gonna process them out here just because this is a kind of a messy endeavor, but I want to do them last. So we're gonna set these 12 aside, and now we can get on to the 3 dozen. So this is what your corn looks like, right, when it comes from the garden. So you just grab up here where the silks are. Sometimes it's easier to just get 1 or 2 going. Oops, it's not really what I meant to do. But you just pull them down. There we go. See, I got a good grip. Makes it a whole lot faster. So you just pull it down till it's right here at the base. Break it off. My cows love those, so that's why I'm working in my gator. So I'm just gonna drive it down and feed those to the cows. Then you try and get as much of the silks off, and then I'm gonna set them in my bowl and move on. I think I'll move my bowl over here. It's not in direct sunlight, but the sun is coming up very quickly, so I need to get going. Again, if you can get a good grip and just pull, usually the silks aren't gonna hurt you, they're just annoying. Maybe it'd be faster if I... The one thing that you do want to watch for when peeling back your corn like this is worms. These guys are pretty clean, but sometimes you get worms. It's just part of it. I found a worm. He's not on the corn. He came off the corn, obviously. But I found a worm. Ew, there's a slug. That's disgusting. Ew. It's a slug. Right? Isn't that what that's called? Ew, there's another one. Those are disgusting. Weird me out, man. Ew, there's another one. So this is a good example of where it didn't have good enough silks, and so that top part of that did not really come on. Now the bottom part looks beautiful. So if you were keeping this as an ear of corn, you'd just chop it off right there and eat it. Nobody would know any different. But we're cutting it off the cob and canning it that way, so obviously it doesn't matter. But that is a prime example of where the silks did not get this corn kernel pollinated. This particular cob has some bad spots, as you can see. So either it was harvested a little bit past its prime, and that's why you're getting that, or maybe some bugs got in there and just did a little bit of damage. I don't know if this guy, you know, sprays for bugs or anything like that. I don't really know. It's some guy that my grandma buys corn from. There's still good salvageable corn on here, but we have to be a little more careful with this particular ear. Here's another corn that the top didn't get pollinated, so those silks just weren't coming down. But it's pretty high up, so cut it off and you never know the difference. And there's the last one that we're going to shuck this way. Now these, they're gonna be different because we're gonna keep them on the cob at my aunt's. So we're gonna take off one layer, 2 layers, sometimes 3 layers if they don't look clean in the first, once you take the first 2 off, because that's what you're doing, you're looking for clean. You either take a knife or just use your hand, break them here, and then we're going to take them in the house and we're going to cut the top off with a knife, about right there. So there's one. It's almost 10 o'clock and I'm glad I'm almost done because I'm getting in the sun. Now this one, it was starting to split open before I even started working on it. I probably shouldn't have saved this one, but it's too late now, so we're just gonna go roll with it. Corn's ready to go in the house and be processed. We're going for a ride, we're going for a ride. So I was debating feeding our cows this, or feeding my grandma and my uncle's cows. I don't have to drive through those guys. That doesn't look like fun. So I guess I'll feed our cows. Oh look, the cows are up. Perfect. If a cowboy ever tells you, hey, you want to go along for a ride and check cows, don't do it. Because all they want to do is have you open the gates for them. You're welcome. The other thing is, always leave a gate the way you found it, unless told otherwise. We're nibbling. Oh, we got another taker. Oh, got another taker. What are they eating? I'm gonna go see. Oh, there we go. There we go, ladies. And there's the bull coming in. Axel, are you a hot dog? Yeah. Okay guys, we have the corn shuck. I fed the corn husks to the cows, and now it is time to cut the corn off of the cob. So let's talk about some things that are handy to have when it comes to cutting the corn off the cob. Woo, that's hard to say. A cutting board so that you can cut the ends off, cut any bad spots off, that type of thing. You need the tools to actually do that. So this one is a down. This one, you put the cob and you pull down. I can show you in a minute. And it's also handy to have a knife. I have all my knives right here, so I can pick whichever one I want to use. A paring knife is a really good one to have. So a knife is good to have. Okay, so then the best way to do it is to have a 2-bowl system. So this bowl, you're going to catch all your kernels. You will see. The other one, you're going to set your corn right here, and then the kernels are going to fall off, and then you'll have your cob. Then it's good to have a bowl. Oh, my corn. It's good to have a bowl set up to catch all your cobs. This is a 16-quart bowl, and I thought that I was being crazy when I bought a 16 quart bowl, because who needs a 16 quart bowl? Well, the other day I bought a 30 quart bowl. So apparently a 16 quart bowl is not the crazy one. And then this one, you just want something that's smaller so that it will sit down like that. So let's get started. Okay, so we have our first ear of corn. So we're going to set it here on end. Now this one, this brush here on this one is to help get any excess of these silks, which I didn't want to put them in this bowl. I wasn't thinking. Whoops. Okay. That's what my cutting board is for. Anyway, it just helps you get rid of any of the excess silks that you weren't able to clean off. Okay. Now we're going to set our corn here. This one is a drag. So you put this down along the cob and you drag down. Easy peasy. Now, this one you maneuver down. And apparently you make a mess, because in my kitchen it is not cooking if you're not making a mess. Anyway, put it on and you slide down. And then we're done with the cob. We will go feed these cobs to the cows also. Now if you remember, this one had some bad spots. So that's where a good paring knife comes in handy. You just go in and you will kind of cut that out. So we got all the bad spots off. Now I will show you how my grandma does this. And I don't trust myself, so hopefully work it. So she actually will come in. She has a knife that she loves to do this with, and I don't have her knife, obviously. But she likes to cut them off the cob. See, I'm not so good at the knife. I'll finish up with my favorite one and then I'll show you. Then she likes to take the back of her knife and do this, because that squeezes out all of that corn juice, I don't know what else to call it, that she didn't get otherwise. So you have your options, and this does get to be a sticky mess. See how this bowl is collecting it? We've gotten a few outside the bowl. You know, it happens. So this one, we're going to avoid those because they really aren't corn. I mean, they are, but I have corn all over my floor. Oops. I'm telling you, I made a mess. Do you ever have those purchases that you make that you wonder, why in the world did I buy that? This is the same way. Like, I bought it and I didn't really know why, but it has come in such handy. I believe it is a 12 quart stock pot. I don't think it's a 16, I think it's a 12. Now that we have all the corn off the cob, that is very hard to say. It's time to go ahead to the next stage of processing. So I like to use the recipe that my grandma gave me. My grandma actually made this book, made my cousin and me one that's in a small 3-ring binder, and then so many people saw her working on it and whatever that they wanted a copy too. So she made a copy, and this one, even though I had the other one, she actually dedicated to me, so that's kind of cool. It actually has different recipes than the original one she wrote. So the recipe that she does is actually what I do, because I've helped her, or maybe I should say she's helped me can enough that I kind of know what I'm doing, or at least I know enough to fake it. Fake it till you make it. So the first thing you do is you count out 24 cups of corn. This is just a 1 cup, unfortunately. 1, 2. I tried to get my bowl out and I can't get it out yet. Well, we're halfway there. Let's see if I can get this out now. That was sad. I'm not gonna try that again. $23. Okay, there's 24. I don't have a whole lot left, so I am going to just count it out and then try to make my I'm gonna try and do math. Okay, we're gonna call this 4 because I went scant on that 4th one. So we have 28 cups, so I need like 1/6. I'll just do some like heaping, or if it says scant we'll just do normal, and if it says normal we'll do heaping. I need a large scoop of sugar, three tablespoons of canning salt. Here is the powdered cream that she had me get. It's just original flavored powdered coffee creamer. Okay. There's 1. This is just a 1/2 cup, so 2. And our 3rd. Okay? Okay, so I need 32 ounces of water, which is also a liter, roughly. It's supposed to be, oops, scant. And I just poured some out, but I also have that extra corn, so we went the full amount. Okay, bring to a boil and stir for 3 minutes. So we are going to use our ultra heat burner. Hey Alexa, set a 3-minute timer. Went ahead and just pulled all the ice that I have made out. So I want this to be an ice cold. Alexa, stop timer. Okay, we're gonna kill the heat. I'm gonna use my oven mitts because I don't want to have to try and carry it with a towel like I was originally thinking. And off to the oven, or oh goodness, we're not going to the oven. Off to the sink we go. I'm holding it up just a little bit and not putting it down on my sink just yet. It shouldn't do anything to my sink, but I don't want to burn my sink, so I'm just playing it safe for a moment. Let that bottom cool off just a smidge, and then I'll go ahead and let it sit down. And actually, it looks like it's going to kind of float around. Okay, so we're going to let that sit there until it completely cools, and then we will put it in freezer bags and go to the freezer with it. And I'm telling you, these oven mitts that I used are amazing. Why? Because if you get something on them, you stick them under the water, wash them off, and throw them back in the cabinet. Versus something like this, where if you get something on it, you have to throw it in the washer and then it's never right again. Can you see that steam coming off there? I'm telling you, you could stick a spoon in that and eat it right now, but when we go to fix it the way Grandma fixes it, it is amazing. And to help it cool every now and again, it's good to kind of stir it around, and that will help it cool faster. Ooh, that handle's warm. Okay, so to process up the whole corn, leaving it on the cob, we need to push that out of our way. Take our knife. We're gonna come about here and just slice off the top. That's what Grandma told me to do, and that's what the instructions in her book said, so. And I just threw corn in my chute. And now we bring out the big guns. We're gonna bring out the vacuum sealer and we're going to vacuum seal these. You can put them in gallon Ziploc bags. Basically, you just put a few in, suck out all the air, zip them shut, and you're good to go. But we decided we were gonna vacuum seal them. Right now, the husband is cutting off bags.
For the other corn. Those are bags for the other corn.
Oh.
These are the bags for this corn.
Oh. Cool. So now we just need to put the corn in the bags.
4?
Probably. 3 bags of 4.
This takes a little bit of coordination.
So you think?
No, it didn't.
It didn't?
It did.
Oh.
Sealed.
Okay. Cool. So we got 4 bags.
3 bags.
I'm sorry, 3 bags of 4. My grandma said that if you do something like this, basically what you do is when you pull them out of the freezer, you let them thaw. Open the bag, remove the husks and any silks, just like you normally would. Put them in boiling water for about 2 minutes and you have corn, fresh corn on the cob to eat all year long. So now let's bag up the other corn.
Try to make as little mess as possible.
That's okay, I've made a huge mess today. How many cups did you put in? About 2?
2.
Okay.
No. So I think what you do, when you have a very liquidy one, and this is something that I'm just learning, is you pulse until it starts to get the liquid up there, and then hit seal. Just like that. Sealed. Now the wifey can do a little labeling on these bags. You fill in the next one. You want to make sure you don't have any chunks of corn or stuff in the area where you're going to be sealing, which makes a little bit better seal.
And just like that, it's all over but the cleanup. And there is a little bit of cleanup because I've kind of been cleaning along the way. So that's how we do corn. We're gonna feed these cows now. See if they'll eat it.
For sure.
He's probably gonna be like, hey guys, try this. Hey. Take this corn. I can eat without me.
That cow was like, what?
Can't feed it to try to feed it to that one.
Oh, that cow ate it. This cow didn't.
Can't throw it to a horse?
No. Oh, there's the baby. Oh, we got a cow.
That's enough thrown over there because they're not eating them yet. We'll have to move over there in just a minute.
They are. I've gotten 2 of them to eat.
But until after she gets a hold of it. There you go, sweetheart.
That cow got it.
I'm not going there. long and be patient.
Oops, I hit that count button. What are you doing? Did you get to go for a ride? Did you get to go for a ride, Axel Bob? What's that? Bye, girls. Until next time. Bye, guys. Do you remember what I informed you of this morning when I said if a cowboy or a farm boy ever says, hey, let's go for a ride, what your job will be? Hey, look, I get to get the gates. Wasn't kidding.